system, you need SHA Mechanical. Serving the region since 1975, SHA will make sure your system always stays in the best condition. Visit SHA Mechanical online at shamechanical.com.
LKN Love Delivered. Show off your love for Lake Norman with unique lake apparel, home decor, and other gifts from LKN Local. Made by locals, for locals. They even hand-deliver their quality products to select zip codes. Shop lkn-local.com today.
Oh, shoot. Love you guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, LKN. 7:06. Happy Wednesday to you. Middle of the week. Well, technically there's a rounding error on that one, but that's okay. You made it to Hump Day.
Hump Day, guys.
You made it there.
We're
You're
here.
doing great.
It's Wednesday.
You're crushing it.
Last day of April.
Oh, it is the last day of
right?
April.
Today's the 30th? Yeah, last day of April.
Today's the 30th, so May 1st tomorrow. Mother's Day is not this weekend, it's next weekend.
Next weekend, you guys.
That was
Guys,
close.
you got now. You just heard me say it's not this weekend, it's next weekend. So you have one whole week to think about what you're going to get. No, stop. Think about it now. Get it.
We're in planning phase.
Are you still in planning phase?
Well, I mean, you want to get the right gift.
I just remember Christmas, and you guys were still making your mental list about a week before.
I think that's an appropriate time range. I mean, I don't know if necessarily that's.
All right, guys.
No, say that as if that's a
excluding the
negative.
people that are in this area right now, guys that are listening. Make the mental list today. Buy it this weekend because I'm telling you, if you wait till next weekend,
Yeah, gone.
don't try to go
Shelves.
to Target and get a card.
Not to mention the tariffs. You been by the dollar store recently?
No,
It's looking rough. It's like a third
Really?
world country. Yeah, you should go in there.
different than usual.
Yeah.
like
Don't be-
worse than usual.
Yeah, don't be telling people about my batteries too. That's where I get my batteries.
That's
at, 'cause
I know that's where you get your
that's-
batteries. I tell everybody about your batteries.
Well, now everybody knows because there's just batteries sitting on top. You know what I
Wonder
mean?
how Dollar General or Family Dollar's doing too. We don't have one of those. At least here
Well,
in
Dollar
Cornelius.
General.
We don't have a Dollar General in Cornelius.
What's the Dollar
Dollar
Tree?
We have the tree. We don't
Which
have
one's the
General.
truly the dollar? Because Dollar Tree is not.
None of them are truly a dollar because they should have changed it to the $1.25 tree.
Is that the closest to the
Yeah.
the true? So we have a real one at least.
Yeah.
That's why the shelves are as empty as they are.
Yeah, yeah, they can't get anything for less than $1 anymore.
You ever bought shampoo from the dollar store?
Oh no, I did buy Katie. It was a tough financial time a few years ago, and bought Katie some, trying to be nice to her for some holiday, Easter or something, and bought her a little skincare set, all from Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
like burned her skin.
Oh gosh. Fire.
And she's like, "Mom, just don't buy me anything. Like, I know we don't have any money right now. It's okay. Don't buy me anything."
Demi loves going to the dollar store for like when it's like party supplies and
Yes.
things like that because it's like, it's gonna get a one-time use and it's kind of one of those
Right.
things. And they have some random cool stuff in there, but the shelves were pretty abysmal the other
Ah,
day. So
That's tough.
got some friends coming in. Rock the Lake, Colin, Furcht, and Tim. They've been in here before.
They did a Rock the Lake to help raise money for Hurricane Helene
Okay.
recovery.
Okay.
It was very quick and not thrown together. I don't want to say that because they do a great job with it, but it was a very quickly done
Turnaround,
turnaround. I think it was about
given the need.
a 2-week turnaround that
Yeah.
they put this together. So not a lot of promotion time and things like that. So they're doing another one. And it's Rock the Lake 2. And
Dose.
yes. And so a little bit longer lead up time to that as well.
Okay, we're leading into it. So Rock the Lake, we'll find out. Imagine some bands, some good
Definitely
time, probably some
some
brouhahas,
bands,
a little bit
Good
of
t-
everything.
Yeah, it's gonna all be really, really fun.
Good vibes. We'll see if we got good vibes today with Bill Russell, President of Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce,
Always.
also host of Town Talk, which airs every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. He'll be joining us at 8:15. And then Michelle Schmerge.
I love it whenever she comes in.
She's top notch.
Yeah, she's good. I can just sit back and just put my hands behind my head. When she
Equity
comes in.
Health.
She does such a good job, and they're another fantastic sponsor of our Lake Norman Woman of the Year Gala, which, by the way, nominations,
Oh, yeah?
they come up soon. I'm not telling you when. I'm just saying you better subscribe to that newsletter to find out.
So,
Head over to lakenormanwoman.com. Subscribe to the newsletter.
so this is where people will nominate women they believe should be Woman of the Year.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, and anybody can nominate anybody. You just have to live, work, or volunteer in the Lake Norman
I can
area.
nominate Bill.
Well, a woman.
Oh, okay.
No.
Sorry.
You
Well,
can nominate Bill. I don't think he's going to make it into the finalist. Don't think our plan. Now, I'm on the planning team, but the other ladies on the planning team,
They
may
might
say
shoot
no.
that one
They
down?
may say no. I
Oh.
don't have, 100%.
Oh, speaking of other ladies, did you catch Community Centered last night from 3 to 4 o'clock?
No, I didn't.
Oh my gosh.
Good episode.
Deep episode yesterday. Oh, I'll share a little bit about that.
Well, you
one.
can go
That
back
was-
and listen to it on the WSIC News app. I'll be
Anytime
catching
you
up
want.
on it today.
That's it. Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, you're hanging out with him, 844-STUDIO-4. That's the phone number here across all 35 hours of content every single week here at WSIC. Spoiler, anniversary. He came and told me.
Yesterday?
Anniversary.
We're not having a competition this week
No.
like we did last week.
No.
But I always want to win in my heart anyway. I'm on team birthday.
You could win if you are interested in tickets to the Coca-Cola 600. The Home Ad Show is where we are currently giving them away at. And you've got the opportunity. Again, birthday, anniversary, whether yours, whether somebody you know, get somebody on the wheel. Because, you can win a prize pack to go to the Coca-Cola 600. Take them with you.
Here we go, green flag. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
They may not even like racing. And then you just keep the tickets. And
That's
that's
true,
okay.
too.
If
Yeah.
you love it.
Yeah.
That's
They
what
don't
matters.
have to have a birthday and love racing. They just have to have a birthday.
Or an
That's it.
anniversary.
Or an anniversary.
That's it.
There you go.
Could be absolutely nothing to do with racing whatsoever.
No, it doesn't have to do anything with racing. You can just call them in and say, hey, my neighbor's birthday's today. I love racing.
Let me give you my phone number so you can call me.
Call me back.
Yeah.
Let me know if they won.
Exactly.
Then you give them the daily prize pack. if
Oh,
they
yeah,
win, right?
Of course.
But then they go on the wheel, and then you can win the tickets.
Well, and the daily prize pack's a pretty good one, too. That's Daylight Donuts, that's Boxcar Grill, that's Lake Mountain Coffee. So, again, a lot of stuff going on the Home Ad Show. We'll talk with Patrick.
It was your birthday,
later
and
on.
your neighbor brought over gift certificate for all those things. It would just warm your heart.
I'd go to all three at one time.
I would too.
Let me get all three.
Hey guys, dinner's on me tonight. Box of donuts.
Dinner might be on the Canes. They won last night.
Oh, not the chicken. Canes.
No, this was the Hurricanes.
Okay.
The Carolina Hurricanes. That's the NHL hockey team for North Carolina. They won the first round. So this was the first round of the playoffs. It went to double overtime. They
Wow.
won 5-4. We
That's
won
really
against
good.
the New Jersey Devils.
Congrats.
I don't know who. Do we know who we face next, or is there still another team kind of waiting out there? He's not going to look at me right now. We'll hear from him in a little bit. Word of the day. That's what we'll come up with next. Jeff and ICATS. We'll chat with Jeff and see what's going on in his world. He had a little golf round yesterday. Let's see if he hit him straight. Let's see how he feels
There you
about
go.
it. A little hacking around the course maybe. But I'm sure he's probably like a really good golfer. If I just had to guess.
I guess that Jeff is just good at anything he tries.
That's what I mean.
He even attempts. He's like, I think I'm going to go golfing today. I've never golfed
First time.
before. Shoots a, I don't know.
R.
Under 100 is all I ever know, Rob here. Rob always says, just trying to get under
It's a
100.
good day.
Yeah. Shot 99 with a broken hand.
There you go. Hey, do you know Crumble's getting sued?
No. Do you like crumble cookies?
Gosh, I get instant diabetes whenever
I
I
do too.
eat,
I
eat
can't even.
Crumble.
Now, if I just smell them, I'm like, oh, I got the sugars.
It's probably been like when Crumble first came out,
Yeah.
and the one came here on 25. I went to it, and I went to it probably a couple times a week. My body just absolutely rejected it.
Yeah.
It's got to be the sugar in it, right? If I had to guess,
There's a lot of sugar in it. And the cookies are, the size of pancakes, too.
because when they put the icing on top of the cookie,
Oh, it's too much.
that's what I love.
Way
but
too much.
Crumble is getting sued by Atlantic and Warner for their music stuff and related to their influencers and their influencers using certain music, and then Crumble putting it out and it's not approved on the platforms.
Crumble, you can't do that, guys. You can't do it.
And so they're getting sued. Probably I would probably guess a few mil if I had to guess on what they're asking for at this point, because Crumble's done a pretty good job of building their brand that way, and so kind of a warning. You got to be careful on that kind of stuff. So anyway, because Atlantic makes music, they're a producer. Yeah, Warner, also a music group. I thought that was the movie. I thought it was Bugs Bunny.
They do both.
Oh, they do both too. Wow, so much to learn.
Wake up, Lake Norman. It's spring, and you're listening to Good Morning LKN with Justin, Mamie, and that guy behind the board, Bill.
Well, the warm weather locking in for the next couple of days and a bit humid, too. Temperatures this afternoon climb up into the upper 80s around Lake Norman, while most of us will stay dry. An isolated shower or a quick downpour somewhere across the area isn't totally out of the question. Dropping back into the low to mid 60s overnight, still warm. Not much rain to talk about for your Thursday either. High temperatures are back in the mid 80s. That rain chance goes up a tad by Friday and the start of the weekend. That's your forecast For the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The WSIC app is available now wherever you get your apps, featuring local deals from great local businesses like Nina's Boutique.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The Langtree Live season opener is Thursday, May 1st. Area band Hey Ladies brings the best music from the new wave to life. The show will begin at 7 p.m. as this free concert series in Mooresville kicks off its 10th season. Bring your chairs and your friends for the season premiere of Langtree Live on Thursday. Join Eastwood Homes for the grand opening of Peyton's Creek in Statesville on Laurel Cove Road, May 3rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Discover stunning 1 to 2 acre home sites, explore Eastwood's Build on Your Lot program, and enjoy tasty food, sweet treats, music, games, and family fun. May 3rd, don't miss this exciting community celebration. The 500 Club in Statesville presents live music on Saturday night with a performance by Blackwater Revival. Come early in the day and enjoy the club's Kentucky Derby watch party. Golfing, happy hour, and entertainment are yours for the taking at the 500 Club in Statesville this weekend. Peninsula Community Foundation is holding a volunteer fair on Thursday, May 8th. Join us at Bethel Presbyterian Church in Cornelius from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. as over 20 nonprofits offer volunteer opportunities for all ages. Learn about volunteering in your community at the Volunteer Fair, Thursday, May 8th at Bethel Presbyterian Church in Cornelius. NASCAR's traditional Memorial Day weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway is back. Friday, May 23rd offers up a doubleheader with both the Truck and ARCA series in action. Saturday, May 24th, the Xfinity Series takes center stage with the Bet MGM 300. Sunday, May 25th is the 66th running of the Coca-Cola 600. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and more information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Now, back to more of Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Hello. Good morning, okay. 7:18. Happy Wednesday to you. Talking about pixels. That's what we're talking about there for a second. Yeah, you know what pixels are? One of the people we're going to talk to here, I think shortly in just a moment, is someone who spends a lot of time out on the road.
Yeah.
What does he do? He drives around. And what does he do? He transports you from not just where you live, not just where you want to go, but everywhere across the entire county. RideICATS.com, alternative transportation, $3 each day, each way to commute from Iredell County down to the city of Charlotte, cruising in the HOV lane. With Jeff, good morning, sir. How are things looking?
Good morning. There's an accident north of exit 33 in Mooresville that has traffic backed up on 77 northbound. So there'll be delays there this morning. Also, 77 southbound from about exit 42 in Trautman down due to people looking at the accident on the northbound side has traffic really going slow in that area. Besides that, there is some heavier traffic down in the Huntersville area this morning. Your typical slowdowns around Samford Road and Gilead Road, both north and southbound on 77. Besides that, secondary roads, I'm seeing a little more heavy traffic in the Mooresville area due to the accident there. So 150, Bluefield Road, those areas, there's some extra traffic this morning. Besides that, Trautman, Statesville look good. So hope everybody has a good day, but there'll be some slowdowns 77 northbound there just past 36.
Sounds like a busy morning out there, Jeff. My goodness, patient pants certainly required if people are hitting the streets. Drive safe out there. Jeff, how'd you play yesterday?
For the first time this spring, it wasn't too bad, so I was encouraged. I didn't hit anybody, or I only lost one ball. So
nice.
That wasn't bad.
That's really good, Jeff.
There you go. All right.
And I hit it over the pond, so that was good. I didn't knock out a fish or anything.
That's the whole day right there. That's all you needed. All right, Jeff. We appreciate you, sir. Keep the streets safe. We look forward to chatting with you about 8:15.
All right. Have a good day.
You too, sir. RideICATS.com, $1 from your front door each day to run errands around Iredell County, $1 on Tuesdays to go to the VA in Salisbury, $1 on Thursdays to go to Winston-Salem, and $1 on Fridays to go to Hickory. You got to schedule it, though. RideICATS.com.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner. Well, the bird is a winner.
It's time for the word of the day.
This ain't
What's
no
the
word.
word?
This ain't no word. Word of the day.
Oh, this is a word. Today's word of the day on this beautiful Wednesday, hump day. We're almost there, people. Eleemosynary.
Eleemosynary.
You pronounce that a little too easily.
Eleemosynary. I literally can't tell you how quickly I soloed the computer over and over to hear it while you guys were doing the traffic report. Eleemosynary. Yes. For those following along at home, it is quite a word here. It is an adjective.
Descriptive.
Yes. ELEEMOSYNARY.
All right, I got ELEE.
ELEEMOSYNARY.
YN.
ARY.
Eleemosynary.
Eleemosynary. Don't. I'm the only one who can say the word right now because
you're the only one to say it because,
I'll mispronounce it and then I will forget.
It's a tongue twister.
An adjective word of the day. Bill gives us the word. We guess the definition, but we're going to use some context. Goes, do you want to be eleemosynary because we're describing someone?
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I would say it's an applicable word to our guests today, coming up at 7:30 hour.
I would have never assumed that this would give anybody a positive light whatsoever.
Okay.
but-
Justin described his donation of a single donut hole to Bill as an eleemosynary gesture. However, Bill was not impressed.
Charitable.
All right. Yes.
Is that right?
That is right.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
And
sorry.
donation, sorry, that was a layup. I should have.
That was too
Donation.
Nope.
Oh.
Charitable.
Charitable.
Charitable. The definition of eleemosynary, and it does have quite a simple definition, relating to charity or charitable. Kind of like Rock the Lake, too.
To charity. Okay. It describes an action, I guess? Or I guess it just describes whatever.
Anything that's related to being charitable?
Yes.
Like that shirt is eleemosynary. Can I say that?
Not unless he's giving it to Goodwill after the show.
Correct. The Rock the Lake 2 concert is 15 local bands. It's an eleemosynary concert event because the money will go and proceeds will go to North Carolina charities.
Okay. Eleemosynary. That's a big word. I'm going to see if we can use that one at some point throughout the day, although the definition seems to be quite simple, relating to charity.
Difficult word, simple definition.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll see how many ways we can say that one throughout the day there. That's it. All right, Nike's got some new shoes out. I don't know if you've seen this.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're trolling people. But Nike is bringing back the Air Force Ones, but they're not going to be clean and polished when you get them. Supposedly, they start off dirty, and they get cleaner with time.
We know you're going to be mad at this one. Nike's Dot Swoosh division is fully embracing the dirty white Air Force One meme. Dot Swoosh does drops related to gaming and internet culture, hence them referencing all those infamous images you see of cooked Air Force Ones online. There's a little toothbrush attached to these. They literally made a pair that comes right out of the box. The catch is you have to clean them. The idea is that if you wear the shoe, the faux aging fades away into an actual clean sneaker. We don't have the time for all that, so we just grabbed the magic eraser and got to scrubbing in order to make the shoes clean. For what it's worth, Nike tells us that you really have to wear the shoe in order to get the dirty exterior to fade off. Like, you can scratch it, but apparently it's easier to wear away manually. We even tried to hit it with some Windex to see if that did the trick any better. Despite us working very hard on scrubbing the shoe, we gotta say we couldn't get the Air Force One significantly cleaner. Maybe we really gotta beat them up, wear them to Coachella or something to get the clean layer underneath. Not gonna lie, after doing all this, it kind of feels like we got tricked, like Nike trolled us into cleaning.
Just keep wearing them.
Just keep wearing them. It doesn't even matter.
I'll say a pair of dirty shoes
Any
day,
This
guys.
is the final product. You
Any
can barely
day.
tell the difference between the shoe we cleaned and the shoe we didn't. The Dirty Triple White releases exclusively on May 7 via sneakers in the U.S. for $130.
$130, dirty shoes.
So, who was it? Golden Goose? Do you remember those? Were all the rage?
Were they golden?
No. You're not a lady, so probably don't know.
Yeah, I don't know Golden
You don't know
Goose.
Golden Goose?
I'm not a lady.
They were all the rage. About $175, $200 for a pair of dirty sneakers. They came dirty. They stayed dirty. They didn't get cleaner.
Is that like kind of like eggs that like are fresh you don't put in the fridge? Like, is that why they call them Golden Goose?
I don't know why they call them Golden Goose. That was just the brand.
Oh, that's a brand.
Yeah, it was the brand. But every lady had them. I did not because I had plenty of dirty sneakers in my closet already.
Didn't need more.
I didn't need to pay to get them dirty.
Stop it. Get some help.
I grew up getting the fake Keds. So it's hard for me to make the move to get a name brand, and especially one that comes dirty. But anyway, it was all the rage a few years ago. People still wear them. It's not like uncommon, but I don't think they're as big as they were. I just remember seeing a pair at Marshall's, and I was like, "Oh, Golden Goose at Marshall's."
Now, did they have like dirt on them, or was it that the design, the art, you know what I mean, was like dirty art?
It's just the way the shoe was made. It looked like an old
Like
shoe.
worn?
Okay.
Like worn.
I'm showing you a picture of them
Already
right
beat
now.
up. Okay.
Yeah,
got
they're
it.
already beat up. So
Dang,
they
does it
were-
say $500?
Yeah, $5.95 is what they are right now. Yeah, yeah.
I got a pair in my closet.
I wore a
for
pair
$300.
yesterday. Remember when I wore my house shoes to work yesterday? I had a pair of old shoes in the car that I switched into. Look just like
Okay,
this.
I've seen shoes similar to this.
You've seen these now?
I see these all the time.
Yeah.
They're
So that's
called-
the Golden Goose. So you look at them, you're like, oh, you look like you had your shoes for about 3 years. Nope.
They
Brand
got
new
a
out
box
of
of
the
them at Goodwill. I've seen them.
Yeah. So, yeah, they were all the rage. All the rage.
Is this like a Gen Z thing? Like, are they
no,
into
it
the
was
dirty
millennial
shoe?
women were wearing them like
Just
crazy.
fashion.
Okay.
Yeah, a trend.
Oh, it's a trend.
It was a trend. Yeah. Demi and Natalie never had the Golden Goose.
I don't think so.
I don't think
No?
so. She wouldn't have talked to me about it.
She wouldn't have told you if she spent $5.95 on a pair of old sneakers.
No. It's not. Well, I don't think Demi would ever spend $595 on a pair of shoes. I just don't. It's not her.
But now they're not the rage, so
thing.
now they're on all the resale sites now for $50, $75. I'm still not buying them. Though.
Oh, so you can get them used.
Yeah,
now.
you can
Double
actually get them
used.
double used,
Double
where they're
used.
like
Wow.
came dirty and then somebody else got them dirty. But yeah, they're still making them. So here's another pair right here. Golden Goose, bargain price of $645.
Those look like they've been
They look
rolled
like
out
they
in
were
the
worn
trash.
to Coachella, run through the mud. Oh my gosh, awful.
The Nike ones, they claim though that they get cleaner as you wear them.
I don't know how that's possible.
I
How is
don't
it
know either.
possible
That's
for
what
them to
they-
get cleaner as you wear them?
Unless there's just like a layer of,
Muck.
muck over top of it all
And so then that wears off as you're walking around.
to this brightness. But I feel like,
But then they'll be bright for a little bit, but then they're just going to get dirty again. 'Cause that's what
Right.
white sneakers do.
but I feel like you don't necessarily do you. My shoes get dirty not because they wear out; things get on top of them.
Mine gets
right.
scuffed up, yeah.
Right.
Walking through the dirt and stuff.
Now
Right.
you got to believe everything you see on the internet. One of the comments I saw on this post, because that post was on X, is that the oxygen does it. Oxygen takes care of it.
Cool.
The oxygen makes it to where it gets clean.
Stop it.
The more you wear it,
Get some help.
the oxygen.
Did you check the date on that post? Was that on April 1st?
No, that is. I think it's. I don't even think they're out yet. They come out in
Okay.
in May.
Well, anyway, I'll get you a pair of Golden Goose you can wear around. You can wear some dirty sneakers around until then.
Be a, I don't know what kind of size in comparison. I don't know how to convert to lady shoes.
2 sizes bigger.
That's it?
That's it.
No.
Yes.
Women's feet on average is 2 sizes difference. So I'm a
No.
12. So it's a 10
So if I'm going like Converse.
or 14.
You'd be a 14. Jessica.
14.
Yeah.
It's the other way.
You go up. You just go up 2 sizes. Yeah, that's it. Because Converse used to only make, they now they make ladies sizes. They used to only make men, so you'd just have to converse. I would be a 6 in Converse.
Yeah, but that's like saying Chaps and Izod are the same like size. Like that's the one thing with dudes' clothes is like they're not the same size. You know what I mean?
Don't
Yeah,
get
it's not-
me
it's hard being a guy,
started.
Mamie.
Oh, it's so hard to be a man
My
in today's
chaps and my eyes
society.
on.
it's really hard because then you go to the store, you think, okay, I'm gonna get the size here, but then you go to the other brand and you try to get the size.
So hard.
And that's the 2 shirts I buy all
It's-
year.
yeah,
and
it's
that's
so
throws
hard.
and
So
then all of
hard to be a
sudden,
man.
I'm really planning for the
Mhm.
next year's shirts when I buy those 2 shirts.
Yeah, how many tuxes you got to buy a year?
None.
Keep it right here. Justin, Bill, and Mamie will be right back with more Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, the warm weather locking in for the next couple of days and a bit humid, too. Temperatures this afternoon climb up into the upper 80s around Lake Norman, while most of us will stay dry. An isolated shower or a quick downpour somewhere across the area isn't totally out of the question. Dropping back into the low to mid 60s overnight, still warm. Not much rain to talk about for your Thursday either. High Temperatures are back in the mid-80s. That rain chance goes up a tad by Friday and the start of the weekend. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Welcome home to the feeling of Horn Heating and Air Conditioning is family owned and operated and understands the meaning of community. We treat you like family because you are family. Visit hornhvac.com.
This is Daniel.
And this is Marsha.
From NC Auto Repair. Keep that car running like new this new year by stopping by NC Auto Repair for all your automotive needs. We're now offering a customer loyalty program for your oil changes. If it's automotive related, we can handle it. Stop by and see us at 1015 Davie Avenue or call us at 980-223-2957, NC Auto Repair. And remember, if you want to go far, you've got to service that car.
Lowry Drug is a source for excellent pharmacy services. We have served the Statesville community since 1959. We have attentive customer service, a state-of-the-art compounding laboratory, and the Dispill medication packaging system that takes the work out of medication management for those using medication planners. We do it for you. Come see us at Lowry Drug in Statesville. Call 704-873-2247. Come see us.
Nelson Royals has top brands like Justin and Ariat, from work to western wear, boots and saddlery. Nelson Royals has it all. Mention WSIC and get 15% off your purchase. Visit Nelson Royals on Highway 150 in Mooresville or shop online at nelsonroyals.com.
Discover your next great experience at Kane Center for the Arts, where art and community come alive. From stunning gallery exhibits to captivating live performances, we're here to inspire, connect, and celebrate the arts. Visit kanearts.org.
Now is the right time to buy or sell your home. I'm Matt Madison with Madison & Company Realty. With high interest rates, low inventory, and a lot of people moving to our area, it makes people wonder. But we have the answers for you. Call us at Madison & Company Realty in Statesville to help you navigate the real estate market. 704-873-7700. Visit us online at madisonandcompanyrealtync.com. Madison & Company Realty, we've got you covered.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
It ain't easy being number one, but we make it look good.
WSIC.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Most middle-income households were able to cover the cost of necessities last month. Primerica's Household Budget Index ticked higher in March. The average purchasing power for essentials was 99.6%. Declines in gas prices and auto insurance rates helped offset rising costs for food, utilities, and health care. Big retailers have been doing their best to shield consumers from inflation and tariff-related price hikes. They have pressured their suppliers for price breaks and even cut back on perks for their own employees. A Wall Street Journal analysis of about 10,000 household products sold online by Walmart, Target, and Amazon found there's not been a lot of change in average prices, but executives of big retailers warned President Trump last week they can't do much more. U.S. tariffs are hitting European automakers. Stellantis and Mercedes-Benz cited the levies when they pulled their forecasts for the year. Jeff Bellinger, Bloomberg Radio.
24/7 worldwide, non-stop.
WSIC.
Local starts here. That morning pep talk for Lake Norman, Statesville, with Justin, Bill, and Mamie now on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:34. Happy Wednesday to you. You know what's always a good time? When you get good music, when you get good vibes, when you got cold beer, and you're doing it for supporting others.
Supporting our great charities in North Carolina.
And there's a group, Rock the Lake, that happened once, and this was whenever Helene happened, a tragedy. Guys came in real quick, put together this show, raised a bunch of money for Western North Carolina. And he decided to come back with Rock the Lake, too. So we got Colin and Tim here again. How you doing, fellas?
Good morning. Great to be back.
Good morning.
All right, so you had so much fun doing it the first time, you said we got to do it again.
Well, there's never, in my experience here at the lake, there's never been a time when we've had multiple bands on a stage at the same time, right? Woodstock came to mind. That's
Okay.
what kind of started this for us last time. And since it did so well the first time, how do you not do it again?
All right. So when is Rock the Lake 2 happening?
It is happening September 21st, which is a Sunday, at Lake Norman Brewery in Denver, North Carolina.
Okay. And Lake Norman Brewery is where you guys did the first Rock the Lake at.
Correct.
So obviously you're happy with the venue, I would assume, at that point,
Yeah,
too.
I mean, they've got a big stage in the back now, and then we've got a little side acoustic stage that we put up. But just the venue space, it's open, it's family friendly. It's really it made sense for us to keep it there.
And you can check out Rock the Lake on Facebook. You can see there, and there's the link to the tickets you can buy. So on the tickets, I see here $100 for a picnic table reservation. Does that mean like as many people as I can get I can go on the table, under the table, sideways? Is that how that works?
Well, you still need to buy a ticket.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody buys a ticket, and then if you want a table, it's additional.
Got it. Okay, so you can reserve a seat if you want
Yeah,
to,
it's
or
not
you
like
can stay.
going to the drive-in and you stick them in the trunk.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what
fit
you
in
said
there.
Woodstock, and I was trying to think probably how that went down. So, all right, then who are the bands that are going to be playing this time?
So we've got 7 bands and 7 acoustic acts. So we've got the Storm and Norman Experience, Shotgun Saints, Foo for You, which is obviously Foo Fighters tribute, Euphonic, which is one of the bands I manage, Chasing Phoenix, Heartbreaker, certainly a Heart tribute, Push, and Unknown Artist, which is Tim's band that he manages as well. So that's on the band side. And then on the acoustic side, we've got Dusty Live, Phil Goins, Real Live Music, Gin and Sonic, Riley and Jeff, Jagged Little Spiderwebs, and Preacher Stone.
Okay, so wait a second. That's like 14 different acts going down
All in
for
one day.
One day. Good
How
value.
how do you manage all that?
Yeah, we're gonna we have a really smooth process. Last year at Rock the Lake for Western North Carolina, it went very smooth. And what we did was we had maybe at the most 5 to 10 seconds worth of dead air without any live music, and we simply rotated from the main stage with the full band. Colin emceed the event, and we transitioned right to the acoustic acts, and then right back and forth. And so it's a full day of live music. And in fact, this year, it's an hour longer. We're doing it from 12 o'clock. So we're starting at noon on Sunday and going till about 8 o'clock.
Okay, so even more jam time, basically, is what that's for.
Yes.
Wow.
More opportunity for people to raise dollars for a nonprofit that you guys will announce at some point that who that nonprofit is that's going to benefit. Are you going to do the T-shirts and stuff like that again? Because the T-shirts were a hit last time.
Absolutely.
They were. In fact, Colin, you told me just the other day, when you're cruising around the greater Lake Norman area, you see people repping the shirts still.
Yeah, I've seen more shirts in the last probably 2 weeks than I remember seeing before then. It's like if you see a red car kind of thing.
Right.
We were at Lost World 2 weeks ago for their big event that they had, and a couple had the shirts. I had to go up and say hello, and I said, "I can't believe you're doing this. Oh, we can't wait to see it again." So that makes us feel good that 6 months later, someone's still.
People
I'm
still
sure there's
wearing
a
the
million
shirts out.
T-shirts in
Yeah.
the drawer, and that's the one they picked.
So for the bands, right, when you guys are looking at these bands and you're saying, hey, we obviously want bands that are going to be legit, they're going to play, they're going to have a good time and all that. But when you tell them it's for charity and those kinds of things, what's that like? Like, because you manage bands, right? Like, you guys are very familiar with this scene. What's that like working with artists that want to come alongside you, want to support, nonprofits throughout the community?
So for us, because it's a non-paying gig, which bands locally, I mean, they do it for the money. But when you say we're going to do this for a charity, I think there's a part of every musician that says, I just want to play and be part of something big like that. And so that was really the easiest part of this. So this year we had over 20 bands put their hat in the ring and over 20 acoustic acts.
Wow.
So you want to talk about how we picked it? Because I think that was the only way to do it, honestly.
Yeah. So Colin came up with a great idea to do a drawing. So we set some initial criteria because we did want the bands to be experienced, have followers so that they can promote the event. We can get more people to attend.
Harmonicas only.
That was one of the criteria that we had initially.
No kazoo bands,
and
I
we
don't
nixed
think.
that.
Yeah, our kazoo band didn't make the cut.
Yeah, and so we had about a 2-week period where bands actually submitted and said, hey, we're interested in doing this. And then Colin did a live stream with David, the owner of Lake Norman Brewery, one of the owners, and did about a 10-minute live stream. And it was a fun event. You could watch it on Facebook. You can still watch it on Facebook page, Rock the Lake, and did a drawing. And that's how we came up with the lineup.
And then so you're just pulling names out of a hat, literally.
It was a box. We had to. So we wanted to make sure everybody had a fair shot because some of the bands played last year.
Yeah.
But we also have a number of new bands. And on the acoustic side, I think we're all new, which was nice.
Yes.
We want to give everybody a shot because we have our friends, obviously, in bands that we like, and we want to include, people right?
Sure.
But we also want to make sure that other bands had a chance to be spotlighted in something like this.
And then, so how about Lake Norman Brewery? Because this is now the second event. Obviously, I imagine there's a deep relationship there at this point. How's that going? What can we expect on the venue side of things?
Yeah, the venue was really great last year, and this year they're going to have their full staff. This year they've already put a block, since we have more time to plan this, on make sure that no one's on vacation that week, right? We need all hands on deck. They're going to set up an extra station or two for drinks. The brewery's actually even improved more from last year, where they've got some areas for that are finished now with concrete and stone. So it's a great setup. Last year we had almost 800 people, just shy of 800
people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bought tickets, and so this year we're hoping to have even more.
And
than
it was
800.
cold last year because we did it in October. It was like the end of October.
Yeah, it ended up being like a rare, really, really cold day in October, too, and you still had 800 people.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was fine, 2 to 3, 4.
Yeah.
And then when the sun went down, we had the little fire pits going, but there was not enough to keep everybody. But they stayed. I mean, there was still several hundred people at the end.
Okay. So if you want to buy tickets, people can buy tickets now, though, right? If they want to.
Okay. On the website or Facebook.
And then, so the tickets are how much each? Because the picnic table is the 100, but how much are the tickets?
25.
$25 each, and it comes out and supports, and the proceeds go to charity.
Right. Every single dollar. I mean, we don't take one penny.
Yep.
On the shirts, we whatever the margin is on the shirts, we give all that back. So it's not about money making for us. It's more about giving it to the charities, and we will figure out in the coming weeks and months where that makes the most sense.
Looking forward to that announcement. That's going to be great. So same kind of style, right? That back and forth to keep it to where literally you guys can jam for, 8 hours straight.
And that's every band. It's not $25 per band. It gets you in for the whole day of events.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Yep.
What's that like for you guys on the sets for these bands? Like, because I imagine you probably want to, hey, you guys got to be dialed in. So is there any back and forth you guys have with the bands, or do you think these bands just kind of can do their thing and run with it?
We just had a meeting last night, actually.
Okay.
We wanted to make sure we had some of these
they
questions
can't all play
tied down.
Don't Stop Believing as their closer.
That's right. So that's exactly the point, right? So in about 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to put out Google Docs, and you have to put your set list down.
Oh, yeah.
And whoever puts their set list in first wins.
Oh.
But if there's duplication, we're going to ask the subsequent bands to change it. Because to your point, as much as we love Don't Stop Believing, not every band can play that, right? So we want to give everyone a chance to play their music, but we also don't want the fans to hear the same, 3, 4 songs every time.
So for some of these bands, maybe people don't know all the bands. Is there original, or do some of these bands write their own music, or is it mostly going to be covers and things like that?
Mostly covers, but Chasing Phoenix actually does have a couple of their own originals.
Yeah, and they played some originals. They're a repeat band last year. They played some of their originals and blended it in with some covers, which was real fun.
Yeah.
That's a good time. All right, so this is going down at Lake Norman Brewery, September 21st, so some time to plan still. How much planning do you guys have left to do in the event, or is it all buttoned up? Because that would be super early if you guys were all done, really, to be honest.
Yeah, we're on a good schedule now, but there's a lot more logistics. In fact, a couple of the things that we're looking to do is we want to get some additional sponsors this year to be able to include them in the promo, have maybe a banner there. They could even maybe have a booth. So if there's any businesses out there that are wanting to be part of this and wanting to be part of our sponsor list, reach out to us through the Facebook page, and we will we're working on putting that together.
Great opportunity to support, for sure.
And we're also looking for volunteers because that day, working the ticket, working the merchandise.
It's not magic. That's
no. And the staff is going to be there, as Tim said. There's going to be more staff, but they're going to be more concerned with making sure the beer is flowing.
Yeah,
right.
As opposed to where's my ticket? So if anyone out there wants to be participate, and we will give you a free ticket to the event if you give us 90 minutes of your time.
Okay. All right. Rock the Lake 2, September 21st, going down at Lake Norman Brewery out in Denver. And you've got the opportunity. You can buy tickets $25 a pop. You can get the table. I think as many people as you can get on the table, under the table, sideways of the table, all of it. Yep. About 14, 16 different acts going on there, back and forth acoustic, full setup. It's going to be great. Colin, Tim, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Around Lake Norman, while most of us will stay dry, an isolated shower or a quick downpour somewhere across the area isn't totally out of the question. Dropping back into the low to mid 60s overnight, still warm. Not much rain to talk about for your Thursday either. High temperatures are back in the mid-80s. That rain chance goes up a tad by Friday and the start of the weekend. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The Langtree Live season opener is Thursday, May 1st. Area band Hey Ladies brings the best music from the new wave to life. The show will begin at 7 p.m. as this free concert series in Mooresville kicks off its 10th season. Bring your chairs and your friends for the season premiere of Langtree Live on Thursday. Join Eastwood Homes for the grand opening of Peyton's Creek in Statesville on Laurel Cove Road, May 3rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Discover stunning 1 to 2 acre home sites, explore Eastwood's Build on Your Lot program, and enjoy tasty food, sweet treats, music, games, and family fun. May 3rd, don't miss this exciting community celebration. The 500 Club in Statesville presents live music on Saturday night with a performance by Blackwater Revival. Come early in the day and enjoy the club's Kentucky Derby watch party. Golfing, happy hour, and entertainment are yours for the taking at the 500 Club in Statesville this weekend. Peninsula Community Foundation is holding a volunteer fair on Thursday, May 8th. Join us at Bethel Presbyterian Church in Cornelius from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. as over 20 nonprofits offer volunteer opportunities for all ages. Learn about volunteering in your community at the Volunteer Fair, Thursday, May 8th at Bethel Presbyterian Church in Cornelius. NASCAR's traditional Memorial Day weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway is back. Friday, May 23rd offers up a doubleheader with both the Truck and ARCA series in action. Saturday, May 24th, the Xfinity Series takes center stage with the Bet MGM 300. Sunday, May 25th is the 66th running of the Coca-Cola 600. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and more information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Join the conversation. 844-STUDIO-4. We're blooming like your pollen count. Good Morning Elkane is back on WSIC.
Good morning, okay, and 7:48. Thanks again to Colin and Tim coming in, talking about Rock the Lake 2, going down September 21st at Lake Norman Brewery. Opportunity again to have a good time and support local charities, and that's always a good thing to do. Eleemosynary. Yep, I missed opportunity.
You said that word, and I had no idea what that word was for about half a second. And I was like, I've heard that word before. Where did I hear that? Oh.
Likely was my greatest opportunity to use that word today.
You had
I'm trying to tee these up for you, man.
Yeah, no,
you
you're doing
so
great.
many chances to use that word.
You're doing great.
Eleemosynary.
We'll chat with Bill Russell, President of Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce, coming up at 8:15. See what's going on in his world. The women's conference is coming up soon. When is that?
It is. It's in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That one's
Busy
been
week.
planning
We got
for a while,
yeah,
for sure.
It's gonna be a good time.
Also, Michelle Schmerge going to be joining us. Equity Health, a wonderful concierge service if you need that in your life. Regardless of the stage, regardless of the health condition, seems like she's the one who can come along and help you. And that's awesome. We're looking forward to chat with her. Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show Monday through Friday. Whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating, 9 to 11 is the time you can hang out with him. That's your chance to win Coca-Cola 600 tickets as well. You got a birthday or anniversary, you got a friend who's got a birthday or anniversary, make sure you call in to the Home Ad Show. 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464.
And guys, there'll be a big contest coming up next week with our friends from Harrison's.
Ooh.
If you like the Coca-Cola 600, or maybe you like the truck race, or maybe you like the what's the other? There's 3 races that weekend.
Okay.
Truck race,
Okay.
Coca-Cola 600 is the big one.
Okay.
And there's one more.
The Xfinity?
There you go. You got it. I was just testing to see if you knew what it was.
I think there's actually 2 on Friday night, right? There's the truck and ARCA. I think that there's 2
Oh,
on
there's
Friday.
2 on Friday. Okay.
There's 2 on Friday.
But yeah, whichever race you like, because some people like the Coca-Cola 600, but some people like Xfinity, some people like the truck race. And so whatever it is that you like, you may have a chance to win with our friends from Harrison.
Ozempic, have you heard of Ozempic?
I've heard of it.
It's one of those. Is that one of the polypeptide
Yes, that's one of
butylates?
your polypeptide. Yes.
All right, but that one requires you to get stuck with a needle, right? The Ozempic.
I think they all require a needle.
Well, they did, except for Oat-Zempic.
Oh, no.
So here is a new potential diet
Oat,
drink.
O-A-T. Okay.
Oat-Zempic.
Okay.
don't know if this is infringement or the same company, but we'll find out here in a second. Ozempic and other GLP-1. So that's
GLP-1s are the ones that are your polypeptide butalanes. Yes.
Okay. A new concoction that is being dubbed Oat Zempic
Okay.
is trending, and it's a blended beverage consists of oats, lime juice, water, and sometimes cinnamon being a concoction here. After 24 days of consistently drinking the beverage, there was a TikTok user that just said it's working.
Yeah. No.
You don't
No,
like
thank you.
what is it? The particular flavor you don't like the idea of in this?
Oats, lime juice, and water, and cinnamon. No, I don't want to drink that. That's why you lose weight, because you just don't eat, because it's gross. You take one sip and you're like, no. Is that all you eat? That's all you have? Just that?
Probably.
It's not
yeah,
a
that
meal
may-
replacement, but it does make him feel full, is what his quote says. I don't want it.
You don't.
I'll just drink water.
Well, isn't that like Ozempic just makes you stop eating, right? That's
Yeah,
what
it
is,
just
an
makes you feel
appetite
full.
suppressant.
It's an appetite suppressant. It makes you feel fuller longer. That's the idea behind it. So then you don't eat as much. But it's supposed to have some other. Ozempic is the one that's specifically for diabetes, and then they've made ones that are specifically for weight loss as well. And that's the Mounjaro. Gosh, I can't think of all the names of it. And then they have all the other ones that are doing the, I'm going to get it wrong, so I'm not even going to say it. But you can get them from some of these med spas too as well.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, a
not
lot of
the
people
name
add it
brand.
to
It's
their-
more of
yeah.
an off brand.
Sure.
But you can get them from those as
It's
well.
just like the medical name of it or whatever. I've seen the signs on the side of the road. You know,
Right.
Like the
Yeah.
little
You see them on the
plastic
side.
signs?
Yeah. The signs on the side of the road that say that. Yeah.
Similar right next to the ones like tree cutting service.
Right.
Kinda like-
Right. We move your stuff.
Yeah.
Lose weight. Cut
Buy
your tree.
mattresses,
Yeah.
get
All
some
those. They're all together.
peptides.
Yeah. Peptides.
But Ozempic, we could do a little stand outside.
All right.
You know,
So
an
are
oat
you
stand.
gonna? So if you have to choose between getting the
I
shot
knew
or
you were gonna make
drinking
me
that drink,
choose.
I'm gonna make you choose. You're getting the shot or you drinking the drink. I have no problems with shots. I give myself shots every week. Doesn't bother me at all. So I'm not the one to ask.
Man. It's not that I'm not afraid of needles.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say I'm afraid of needles.
Okay.
But if I'm considering, hey, Justin, you could do two things today. You could stab yourself,
Right.
or you could drink this concoction where you likely have to hold your nose.
Right. You going to drink over shot?
I might choose the drink.
Oh, I can't believe it.
I might choose
If
the
you
drink.
think if they're going to be equally
If
effective.
they're equally effective.
Equally effective. It's not like one might work. They're going to be equally effective.
Because here's the thing. I like to eat.
I like to eat too.
But the shot, you're not going to eat.
Right.
You're injecting
Polypeptide butylate.
Yeah, it's
right.
burning inside. But versus at least with the drink, I can at least try it.
You're just going to enjoy it?
Hey, double me down on the cinnamon today. You know,
Gross.
you can just throw that in there.
I'm not the right person to ask because I don't mind shots, and I
don't mind shots.
I prefer the shot that's the preloaded shot that you just take the cap off and you give yourself the shot. I don't like
20 cc's stat.
Don't like the ones where you have to like. This is what the ones that I don't like is when you have to like take the vial and put the yeah those
Full doctor.
Yeah, I have to pretend to be a doctor. I remember the first time they brought it to my house and the nurse was showing me how to do it. And I was like, I'm supposed to do this in my house? This is not a sterile environment. She's like, it's fine, it's okay. And I was like, are you
Layla,
sure about
hold
that?
this.
Yeah, I was like, you sure about that? I don't think I should.
Slippery slope.
This goes in my refrigerator next to the Dr. Pepper. I don't think this is right.
Now you put it in the meat drawer.
Oh, okay.
We should just ask
I ended up putting it in a little cheese house, or the butter house. That's where I ended up putting it. So it has its own space. It doesn't have to mingle with the other next to the mustard. That didn't seem right.
It could, maybe it enhances, you know what I mean?
Well, I asked Dr. Schmerge when she comes in, should I put my medication in the butter house or can it mingle with the other condiments?
What we should do is ask Dr. Fred.
Oh, yeah, we
Dr.
got Dr.
Fred.
Fred too.
It says this is a good quick option for those who don't eat breakfast.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like oats, lime juice, cinnamon. I
What
feel
are
like
you
I've had
doing,
worse.
Bill?
I feel like I would drink this right now.
You would drink
No
it
problem.
now? No problem?
Well, and it's really coming from an authority. TikTok user at Fred_DDY.
Dr.
not
Fred?
Dr. Fred?
Yeah, it
Dr.
could be.
Fred.
It could be his alias. Like he's out here doing that on TikTok. And we'll never even
Dr.
know.
Fred's got his own TikTok.
Yeah,
now.
he probably is.
He deserves to be viral. For
Absolutely.
sure.
All right, so Bill's
no doubt
going
about that.
drink. You're going drink. I'm obviously one shot.
I'll do both, man.
Yeah, I'll double up. Yeah, I'll double up.
I'll have a good time, man.
I'll peptide it up, and then when I actually can eat, when I'm on the peptides, it'll be cinnamon.
That's all you're drinking.
Yeah.
Just
I'll just do the
oats and
cinnamon challenge. That's it. That'll make you stop eating real fast.
That will make you stop eating.
What about singing? Should people stop singing?
Never.
No. Theo Vaughn's proven that everyone can sing. Did you see him singing the 7th inning stretch at the Cubbies game?
Oh no.
Check this out. So Theo Vaughn, I think he's proven everybody can sing. He's willing to step out like this in the world. It shows you that anybody can sing.
Conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, stand-up comedian Theo Vaughn.
What's up, Cub fans? Let me hear you today.
Just give it a little taste of the Harvard
Right.
Hippos, what they're about to do.
Right.
A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to
See, Bill, you can do this too.
Yeah, Bill.
I don't know if I've ever heard you sing, Bill.
I was in chorus. I know I can do
See?
this.
Oh,
It's about
gosh.
having passion behind it, and he's passionate.
I think that's what it's about.
He's
It's just
into
about
it.
setting the mood, right?
Right. He's into it. Control the room.
This is a popular baseball song, right?
Yeah, they played it all the games.
Stop playing.
Well, I didn't know they sang it at.
But then you stretch, they always,
Take me out to the ball game.
Oh.
but they always sing it at the 7th inning stretch.
The
You ever been
7th
to
inning.
Every baseball game.
Every baseball game. Yeah.
7th inning stretch is in the middle of the 7th inning. Just a good time for the fans to just kind of
Stand up, stretch, and
stretch
sing
it
a
out
song.
and finish out the game strong.
To
Yeah.
make it a little bit longer.
Yeah, just a little bit longer.
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll do that at
Nice
Savannah
tradition.
Bananas. I know Charlotte Knights do it. They every game.
I'm going to the game tonight.
Yeah. So, hey, maybe they'll ask you to sing, Bill.
I will sing.
Would you do
if
it
They do
if
or
they
don't.
asked you to?
Take me out to the ball game. Yes. The only thing I've watched. Have you ever seen the show Parks and Rec?
Yes, I love that show.
Okay, so they sing a rendition in that, which is close but wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't help. I like that version a little better. I'll have to find it.
We'll have to
I'll
find
play
it.
for
Yeah,
you guys.
yeah. I need to hear that.
It is funny.
Mm.
So yes, I worried that I would accidentally sing the wrong version.
My parents would come visit. My mom and dad, when they would come visit, they'd love going to Charlotte Knights games, and so we'd always go. And I probably have 30 videos of my mom and dad singing "Say Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
I mean, you gotta
together.
sing. It's
They
a
love
j-
it, and
it's
my
a
mom and
jam.
dad are great singers too, and so it was always fun. Yeah, to go with them.
One of the
I just learned
timeless
something about
traditions.
baseball. Okay, well, been around for
Harbor
a while.
Hippos.
You gotta
their
get
season
out
starts.
there, man.
Yeah, their season starts this month. So
Absolutely, we'll find out. I'm gonna let you know about a couple things coming up in the next hour. We'll chat with Bill Russell, President Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce, Michelle Schmerge of Equity Health, and Patrick Reynolds of the Home Ad Show. A third person has gotten Neuralink.
Oh.
And
I think I've seen this.
Yeah.
Yes, this is crazy.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna save this one for the top of the hour. We're not gonna play
Okay.
it yet. But he had ALS. His name was Brad Smith, and he was the third person to get Neuralink. And ALS, a pretty rough disease that
Debilitating to say the least.
rocks your body, but your mind is still, I guess, technically there. But you literally can't do anything physically, and so pretty wild. This video, we're not rocks. But even playing the first 60 seconds of it is just
Wow.
really wild. So again, third person's gotten Neuralink. This person with ALS, and so we'll share that with you. I told you, Mr. Beast is taking those volunteers for the gorillas. I'm pretty sure it's like real.
It really is.
Like 100 humans versus a gorilla.
we're living in the Black Mirror now.
I'm gonna try to understand that reference in a moment. MasterCard, they're also saying that they're gonna start accepting stable coins as part of their transactions. So deeper into crypto,
I don't have to pay my bill anymore.
well, just with coins, new coins.
Got plenty.
Word is Trump's gonna be launching another one soon. World Liberty Finance, something like that. I don't know anything about it.
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC, Statesville, W290DK Mooresville, W264CU Statesville.
Harrison's is the home of Work Western and Wow. For
nearly 30 years, our family has been boots on the ground when it comes to work. We have the largest selection of in-stock boots in the Carolinas and the best workwear brands like Harriet, Carhartt, and Wrangler. Find us on Norman Station Boulevard.
Detroit, but he is also easing tariffs on U.S. automakers amid worries about car prices going up. Fox's Doug Luzader reports.
We are getting pretty close on trade deals with India, Japan, South Korea. In addition to the cabinet meeting this morning, the president will meet with a number of business leaders at the White House today to announce new investments in the economy.
Democrats keep focusing on low Trump job approval poll numbers, denouncing the president's second term in speeches all night in the Senate.
It's chaos. One fiasco after another.
Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Here's Senator Chris Coons.
The last 100 days, President Trump has made Americans less safe, less prosperous, and less free.
This could be a big deal. What the Supreme Court will consider this morning.
An Oklahoma-based case that could allow for the nation's first religious charter school. That measure could also greatly expand taxpayer funding for religious education. Justices will weigh if St. Isidore of Seville Catholic Virtual School, which is privately run but publicly funded, can offer a religious education.
Fox's Todd Pyro. Wisconsin Supreme Court has suspended Judge Hannah Dugan, Milwaukee judge who was arrested last week, accused of trying to thwart the arrest of an illegal immigrant in the courthouse. America's listening to Fox News.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-213-5757. 800-213-5757.
Schools are again offering just remote learning today in Chatham, Illinois, near Springfield, where they're mourning the 4 students killed when a car smashed through an after-school program on Tuesday. The driver is not in custody. Police do not believe it was intentional. One person is dead after a crash in Delaware.
2 people are in the custody of Newark, Delaware police after the Tuesday afternoon incident. It started when officers tried to arrest the driver and passenger of a U-Haul truck that had been rented but reported as not returned when it was due more than a month ago. The U-Haul's driver took off, hitting 2 pedestrians and crashing into several parked vehicles before being caught. Witnesses say it was chaotic.
All we heard was like car crashing and a bunch of noise, and we heard like gunshots, and like it was just the scariest moment of my life. I don't know what was going on. It's just a lot.
Newark police officials say their officers did not engage in pursuit. The University of Delaware says the pedestrian killed in the crash was a student. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed the day after big gains despite another drop in consumer confidence to a 5-year low. In the NBA playoffs, 2 teams advance.
Here's Gary Trent Jr. Lets it fly. And the Pacers are moving on. What a comeback in overtime.
Down 7 in OT, the Indiana Pacers rallied back to beat and knock out the Milwaukee Bucks 119-118 on NBA TV.
Indiana moved on to the second round and will play the Cleveland Cavaliers. The reigning NBA champs, the Boston Celtics, are into the second round. After a 120-89 win over the Orlando Magic, Celtics await the winner of the Knicks-Pistons series. In New York last night, Game 5, Detroit the winner. Pistons beat the Knicks 106-103. Sent the series back to Detroit for Game 6 tomorrow. New York up 3-2. The Denver Nuggets got 43 points from Jamal Murray in Game 5 against the Clippers. Nuggets went up 3-2 with a 131-115 victory.
That's Fox's Jared Max. In the NHL playoffs, Carolina knocked New Jersey out in double overtime. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Well, the warm weather locking in for the next couple of days and a bit humid, too. Temperatures this afternoon climb up into the upper 80s around Lake Norman, while most of us will stay dry. An isolated shower or a quick downpour somewhere across the area isn't totally out of the question. Dropping back into the low to mid 60s overnight, still warm. Not much rain to talk about for your Thursday either. High temperatures are back in the mid 80s. That rain chance goes up a tad by Friday and the start of the weekend. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Need a ride? ICATS has you covered. Tuesdays to the VA in Salisbury, Thursday to Winston-Salem, and Fridays to Hickory. Plus, run errands every day around Iredell County for just $1. Visit rideicats.com.
Don't just love the lake, live it. Shop LKN Local, where you'll find unique apparel, home decor, and gifts with a lake vibe you'll just adore. Made by locals for locals, they'll even hand deliver to select zip codes. Shop LKN-local.com today.
Give us a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:06. Happy Wednesday to you. So Neuralink is going on.
Yeah, Neuralink. Who got it?
Definitely is going on.
Somebody.
Third patient receiving it. His name is Brad Smith. He is the first one with ALS to receive it. He also was non-verbal, and so this is a story that. As far as it goes, of what you hope that like medical advancement and technology and those type of people that really, this is good for.
A solution to a problem.
Correct. And so here he posted a 10-minute video. We're not going to watch the whole video, obviously, but even just listen to the beginning of this and you'll hear a little bit about Brad's story.
Hi, I am Brad Smith. I'm the third person in the world to receive the Neuralink brain implant. I'm also the first person with ALS and the first nonverbal, which means that I rely on it for all communication. I am making this video using the brain-computer interface to control the mouse on my MacBook Pro. This is the first video edited with the Neuralink, and maybe the first edited with a BCI. This is my old voice narrating this video, cloned by AI from recordings before I lost my voice. I want to explain how Neuralink has impacted my life and give you an overview of how it works. I have ALS, a really weird disease that kills the motor neurons that control my muscles, but not affecting my mind. My experience has been pretty interesting, starting with a shoulder injury that would not heal and ending up with my current status. I cannot move anything but my eyes, and I am totally reliant on a ventilator to keep me alive and breathing. My wife, Tiffany, is the best caregiver I could ever imagine. She does everything for me, with only our kids and friends and family to help. She is the key to making Neuralink work. I will stop talking about her because she doesn't like the attention. Before Neuralink, I had to use an eye gaze control computer for all communication. It is a miracle of technology, but it is frustrating. It works best in dark rooms. So I was basically Batman. I was stuck in a dark room.
So, Brad Smith, the third person to receive Neuralink as a brain implant, and now he can communicate.
That's amazing. I mean, that is amazing for his family. Like, what an impact on his family that he can communicate, that they can hear his voice, too. I think that would be one of the hardest things about caring for a loved one with that, is just not being able to communicate with them in any kind of way. So that's amazing.
Yeah. And so that's a health miracle in essence, if you would. I mean, right?
Yeah,
and again,
absolutely.
you use that technology and keep going with it. Another crazy thing happening in the health space: the world's first continuous beating heart transplant. And so this one I saw on Fox. And so doctors It's called zero ischemic time technique. And what it does is it keeps the donor's heart beating, which substantially increases the likelihood of a success as it relates to heart transplants. This was the first time ever. It was surgeons at National Taiwan University Hospital, and they successfully performed the heart transplant with the donor organ never stopping beating. And so they say if they keep it continuously pumping oxygenated blood throughout the entire process, they've set a new benchmark in surgery. And why is it a big deal? Obviously, if like it stops, I guess they put typically it on ice, right? They'll put the organ on ice, super cold, keep it there to make it last as long as it can. But like the tissue, like almost instantaneously, the moment it stops pumping, gets damaged.
Right.
And so this just helps, dramatically, I guess, with the process. So pretty wild stuff going on here as far as science. And I've seen some stuff on my timeline with robots. I don't have it on here, but that doctors, like that next level is for like surgeons in particular, like the precision that the robots are starting to be able to get to. What do we do? The corn kernel?
Yeah.
That needed stitches?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty deep layers
That is
as far
pretty
as.
deep layer.
But you're seeing doctors embrace it. You're seeing them utilize the
When
robotic
you think
technology.
about what huge benefit it was just doing laparoscopic surgery, right? Which is like, you'll have like 3 small incisions instead of 1 large one. So even being able to go to the next level of that. And so like, this is the way that technology is helping people, which I'm all in favor of, right?
There's a butt coming at the end of the sentence.
I'm just saying, like, but then it goes too far. It goes too far sometimes, Like, I don't want a robot operating on me because you lose. I get, like, you always need that human element to be a part of it because as much as robots, you can say that they think and feel. And when ChatGPT, I ask it to do something, it says no problem. I was like, please don't reply to me that way. Like,
I'd be happy to, maybe.
you're a machine. Please don't tell me that you're not bothered by my question, And so you have to have that human element part of it, I think.
Okay, so let me ask you this way. You can have the same surgery. One is by a doctor, human doctor.
Right.
One is by a robot. Let's say the robot one costs you $1,000. The human one is going to cost you $1 million.
I'm probably going robot. Yeah.
And I think that's the long term.
Yeah.
Where it changes to where there will certainly be dollars made in the robot space. We know that, right? And I don't have a problem with that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm not.
You don't have a problem with robot surgery over like if there's.
I don't have a problem with there being a company that's making money on the robots making surgeries.
But if you have to have surgery, are you choosing the robot over the person?
I think over time we'll see the data, the statistics. Now in the beginning, there's that's the most risk. But I think that there's people, if you look at, again, like the gentleman with ALS, right, Brad, his life, he's like, well, there's no real risk for me in trying this out because he's already, he can't do anything. And so this is like, hey, at least there's a potential of doing something.
In that case, I would be 100% in favor of it. Like if I had it or Rob, something like somebody in my family, I would be 100% in favor of it because it improves the quality of our life. Like not just the person affected with the disease, but their whole family, everybody who takes care of them.
And any field that should, I know that there's right now, it's just the way the world is, right? It's really, people are just so hurt and jaded by it. But the medical community in general is one that peer review and scrutinizing each other and proving that the science is real and all that kind of stuff. For a long time, that's one of the industries that has that highest standard, if you would. So the more, shots that are taken in essence, right, by like having technology and robots, the more data we're going to see of precision and ability and those kinds of things. So at some point, it's going to be really hard to argue if they can get as accurate as they claim they're going to get with these robots that, hey, it needs to be humans doing this stuff.
But even with the robots, there needs to be a person in the room.
Does there? There was one dude across the world, right, who did the surgery from across the world or something like that.
There's not even like a nurse.
At some point, the nurse will be a robot,
I know. That's the part that I don't feel comfortable with.
That's going to get weird.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'll ask Schmerge about it. She'll know something, maybe.
I'll let her do all my surgeries.
Hey, we're going to chat with Jeff up next. We're going to see what the streets are going on. There was an accident earlier, northbound, north of 33. There was an accident, and everybody moving southbound was staring at it. We'll see if that was cleared up yet. We'll find out. We'll talk with Jeff and ICATS. We'll also talk with Bill Russell, president of the Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce and host of Town Talk, which airs every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. We'll see what's on tap for there and for the Chamber. Equity Health, Michelle Schmerge. She'll be joining us, too, as well. We look forward to chat with her. Patrick Reynolds hosts the Home Ad Show, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. You can get them Coca-Cola 600 tickets on the Home Ad Show.
We'll have more Good Morning LKN coming up on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, the warm weather locking in for the next couple of days and a bit humid, too. Temperatures this afternoon climb up into the upper 80s around Lake Norman, while most of us will stay dry. An isolated shower or a quick downpour somewhere across the area isn't totally out of the question. Dropping back into the low to mid 60s overnight, still warm. Not much rain to talk about for your Thursday either. High temperatures are back in the mid 80s. That rain chance goes up a tad by Friday and the start of the weekend. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The WSIC app is available now wherever you get your apps, featuring local deals from great local businesses like Greystone Lodge in Boone.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The Langtree Live season opener is Thursday, May 1st. Area band Hey Ladies brings the best music from the new wave to life. The show will begin at 7 p.m. as this free concert series in Mooresville kicks off its 10th season. Bring your chairs and your friends for the season premiere of Langtree Live on Thursday. Join Eastwood Homes for the grand opening of Peyton's Creek in Statesville on Laurel Cove Road, May 3rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Discover stunning 1 to 2 acre home sites, explore Eastwood's Build on Your Lot program, and enjoy tasty food, sweet treats, music, games, and family fun. May 3rd, don't miss this exciting community celebration. The 500 Club in Statesville presents live music on Saturday night with a performance by Blackwater Revival. Come early in the day and enjoy the club's Kentucky Derby watch party. Golfing, happy hour, and entertainment are yours for the taking at the 500 Club in Statesville this weekend. Peninsula Community Foundation is holding a volunteer fair on Thursday, May 8th. Join us at Bethel Presbyterian Church in Cornelius from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. as over 20 nonprofits offer volunteer opportunities for all ages. Learn about volunteering in your community at the Volunteer Fair, Thursday, May 8th at Bethel Presbyterian Church in Cornelius. NASCAR's traditional Memorial Day weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway is back. Friday, May 23rd offers up a doubleheader with both the Truck and ARCA Series in action. Saturday, May 24th, the Xfinity Series takes center stage with the Bet MGM 300. Sunday, May 25th is the 66th running of the Coca-Cola 600. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and more information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Spring cleaning? Stop the cap. We're just sweeping through your morning. Good Morning LKN is back on WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 8:18. Let's see how things are looking outside. RideICATS.com, alternative transportation, $3 each day, each way to commute from Iredell County down to the city of Charlotte, cruising in the HOV lane with Jeff. How are things looking, sir?
Good morning. There's still some traffic from the accident, just past 36 on 77 northbound, and so there's some heavy congestion still in the Mooresville area. Also 77 southbound from Cornelius down to about 485. Some pockets of heavy congestion, stop-and-go traffic there. When you get into the city of Charlotte from about 77 to 85, heavy congestion through the city of Charlotte this morning. Brookshire Freeway eastbound, heavy congestion there. Secondary roads, Statesville, Trautman, Mooresville don't look too bad this morning. But if you're on 77, just know north and southbound in the Huntersville area and several other spots, there'll be some slowdowns today.
Okay, patient pants definitely required this morning, Jeff. We so appreciate you. Keep the streets safe. Look forward to chatting with you tomorrow.
All right, have a good day.
You too, sir. RideICATS.com. $1 from your front door each day to run errands around Iredell County. $1 on Tuesdays to go to the VA in Salisbury. $1 on Thursdays to go to Winston-Salem. And $1 on Fridays to go to Hickory. RideICATS.com. Someone else who knows about driving around on the streets and how much traffic there is out there, Bill Russell, president of Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce. He's also the host of Town Talk every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Did you see me on the side of the road 2 days ago with a traffic accident? You're going like, I know that guy. Is that what you're alluding to?
I saw the Gamecock sticker. You know what I mean? It was easy for me to point it out.
Yeah. I had a guy back in. I was headed to the office Monday on 77. I had a guy. I was stopped, and he didn't.
Oh no! Everybody okay?
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah.
That's like the worst.
Yeah.
Get into an accident, and then like you gotta not to mention like the car is obviously
Right.
like the aftermath, but just like whatever appointment you were going to. I hope you told me you were going to be late.
Well, I was headed into the office. I was driving up from the farm, and I was just minding my own business, and then all of a sudden, boom.
We had you laughing so hard you didn't even see it
There
coming.
you
Huh?
go.
Is that what
There
it
you
was?
Yeah. So how are you doing?
Well, another day in paradise here. You got a lot going on these days. The women's conference is coming up. Are you allowed to attend that one? Even though I know you're the president of the chamber, but spoiler, you're a dude, so I didn't know. Are you
I
going
don't
to be
know.
allowed to attend it?
I'll have to ask the MC. The MC.
I'll give
can
you
I
a
come?
pass. I'll give you a pass, Bill. You can come. I think we have 5 guys registered, about 5 or 6 guys registered, so you won't be the only one in the room.
No, I plan on being there in the morning to kick it off with everybody, and then don't tell anybody, but I'm going to the Wells Fargo, and then I'll be back for the after hours.
Bill, what's going on with the chamber these? We're heading into that summer season, you know what I mean? So business shifts a little bit, right? People start traveling, things like that. So for the chamber, what does a summer look like for the Chamber of Commerce?
Jam packed. I mean, that week that we're talking about is Small Business Week, 12th through the 17th. So we got something every day going on. We kick it off with an AI meeting that's taking place on Monday. Of course, we have our Wednesday meeting on Tuesday. Wednesday is a small business event, which Mamie's going to be a part of that too, with a number of speakers. And on Thursday we have the women's conference. On Friday, a small business of the year. So it's just jam packed. I mean, we've got ribbon cuttings going on. We had one yesterday. We have one at 10 o'clock today. So it doesn't stop. I mean, it's a roller coaster of activities at the Chamber of Commerce. You just need to look at the website, lakenormanchamber.org, and see all the things that we're doing.
And if you and your business aren't members of the chamber, you should be a member
Definitely.
of the chamber, lakenormanchamber.org. You mentioned AI. How are you doing with AI? You know, you put on a great AI summit. Leah Trowbridge did as well, and the team and committee there for the AI. And you mentioned that you were using it a little bit these days. Do you find yourself using AI more and more as the days go on?
You know, and that's what we're going to do on that particular one, because I know there are several platforms out there. There's ChatGPT, there's Grok, there's several of them. And the program that we're going to have on that Monday is talking about which platform, okay, we've all heard about it. We know what it does. We know what it's capable of doing. How does somebody who just is on the peripheral, maybe never used it before, how do they select which platform works for them, what model, whether free or charge or fee-based, and then, how do you start to apply that in your business? And so that's what we're going to be discussing. I have Brett here at the chamber. He uses it extensively. I haven't really used it other than asking it some simple questions for laughs and giggles. But I know people who have. I mean, I know somebody that is in fundraising, and they actually were sitting there trying to figure out how they're going to word their fundraising letter. They ran it through, AI, and it spit out this beautiful letter that they sent. And their supervisor said, "This is wonderful." Yeah, it's a resource that we're going to be using. It's not going to replace people. It's going to redefine what people do.
Another great opportunity, another great resource and opportunity to learn more, and by being, again, a member of the chamber. You mentioned the ribbon cutting you got today. Who you cutting at 10 o'clock today?
This is a barbershop. This is Diesel Barbers. So we got that today. And we had the venue the other day. So we just continue. We had our Port City Movers yesterday. So we've had one every day this week. So it's a lot of new businesses opening up, a lot of new businesses joining the Chamber of Commerce. But today is Diesel Barbershop.
A lot of small businesses and Small Business Week, as you mentioned, coming up. Give me the history of Small Business Week in general, because this is it's not just a local thing. Like, we celebrate it locally, But it's more of like a national celebration of Small Business Week, isn't it?
Yeah, the Small Business Administration started Small Business Week, and I'm not sure if they started it in the 60s or when it was started, but it used to be like the first week of June, and they've, I think it was Bill Clinton that moved the week to a different week, and then it's just been all over the map. I mean, it's just been no consistency to when they decide to have Small Business Week. Honestly, they're having the Small Business Week 1 week before we're having ours, because we had planned to be in Washington, D.C. Now things have changed a little bit. But we moved it intentionally to be 1 week later because we have all of these activities taking place, and we wanted to just coincide with the events that we're having. So, yes, it is like National Night Out. It's a national week that businesses are involved in. And so, yes, hosted by the Small Business Administration.
Bill Russell, president of the Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce. He's also host of Town Talk. It airs every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. Bill, what's on tap for the show today?
Focus on education. We are going to talk about education. We have Mary Jane Freeman. She's the Davidson Learning Center, who does a lot of tutoring and test prepping and making sure kids, every kid can be educated. Some kids are educated differently. So we got Mary Jane Freeman on. We got Melissa Easley, who is our school board representative for District 1 Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools. And we're going to talk about some issues, get into some of the construction, some of the improvements we're going to see. We're going to talk about reading grade levels. We're not quite doing what we should be doing in terms of education. And I will also get into how would the cut at the federal level with the Department of Education impact Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools.
Seems like you're just having easy conversations these days, Bill. Real light-hearted, nothing too serious.
Nothing too hard to talk about.
There you go.
Bill, so I saw this trend online, and I don't know if you've seen it or not because I don't know how deep you are into the internet, but it's this concept of 100 people fighting one gorilla. And I know it's basically animal abuse. Look, and I'm not going down that road right now. But Mr. Beast is offering. Do you know who Mr. Beast is?
I don't know who Mr. Beast is, but 100 people fighting a gorilla.
Do you think that if you got paid for it, do you think you got it in you to be a part of that group at all, by any chance?
Well, I have for 30 years been fighting alligators at Lake Norman. I don't know what's the difference between fighting a gorilla.
You've been playing America's favorite game for 30 years, Bill Russell.
I mean, let me tell you something. There'll be alligators out here.
You've seen an alligator in Lake Norman before?
In the lake.
You've seen one.
No, I haven't seen an alligator in the lake, but by gosh, I fight them every single day.
We were this close to making breaking news.
I know.
That it was going on.
Lions and tigers and bears and gators. Every day you're fighting them.
That's exactly right. Hey, Bill, there's another event that's going on, and this weekend, one of the other wonderful things the Chamber does, for those that are looking to become elected officials, can you talk about the political academy a bit, too?
We actually had to pull that. We did not have enough people to actually do that, and I'm sorry. I probably hadn't gotten that news back to you, but we would have kicked it off last week, and we just had like 3 or 4 people. That was just not enough people to do it. So we're not going to be able to do the academy this year, but we'll come back in 2 years and do it again. Some of the people who might be running for office had already gone through the academy, so they've already been in the process before. So. Not going to be doing it this time, but we're going to be doing it in a couple of years.
So if not the political, then you guys also do throughout the year, you do the Leadership Academy as well. Would you share some of the information with the leadership? I imagine you have quite a few people registering for that in general. Year to year.
We do a Leadership Lake Norman and a Junior Leadership Lake Norman. As a matter of fact, the last Leadership Lake Norman wrapped last Thursday, so their graduation is going to be May 22nd at 11 Lakes, and we're going to have a little ceremony for them. We've already graduated Junior Leadership. I am putting the schedules and agendas together for what the juniors and adults will be doing next year. Applications for that for the juniors will really go out probably July, August, and then we'll get them to the schools. So when kids come back as rising juniors, they'll get those applications, and then the adults, typically we get those out too in June or July, and August is usually when we ask the deadlines to be submitted, and the first event is usually in September.
And so for someone that may be interested in leadership, why would someone want to be part of the Leadership Academy?
The Leadership Lake Norman program, we started that up in 1997, and it gives people a real look into what goes on here at the lake: economic development, community infrastructure, health care, government law. So we do spend 1 weekend at a retreat talking about behavioral decision making. But the rest of the time, it's looking at facets of our community, how this community works. And again, people who graduate from that normally didn't get really involved, civic clubs, town leadership. You start to see them really emerge as community and business leaders.
There you go. Bill Russell, president of Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce, also host of Town Talk. It airs 4 to 5 p.m. today. If you miss it live, catch it on demand. Thanks, Bill.
See you, buddy.
Stay where you are. There's more Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, the warm weather locking in for the next couple of days and a bit humid, too. Temperatures this afternoon climb up into the upper 80s around Lake Norman, while most of us will stay dry. An isolated shower or a quick downpour somewhere across the area isn't totally out of the question. Dropping back into the low to mid-60s overnight, still warm. Not much rain to talk about for your Thursday either. High temperatures are back in the mid-80s. That rain chance goes up a tad by Friday and the start of the weekend. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Serving Lake Norman and the Charlotte area for over 40 years, Horn Heating and Air Conditioning is your trusted source to get you ready for a warm and cozy winter. Experience the feeling of Visit hornhvac.com.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Have you taken the Desco Challenge? Desco is where the professional goes for electrical supplies.
My name is Ashley. I just redid the lighting in my home, and the customer experience at Desco was second to none.
See for yourself at DescoInc.com.
Harness the healing power of horses. With the amazing staff at Willow Equine in Mooresville, we create a supportive environment conducive to healing and growth, dedicated to self-discovery and overcoming adversity. There's a program for you at willowequine.com.
Spring has sprung, and so have the savings. Drum Landscape Supply is your go-to for mulch, stone, sand, and specialty plants. And they're offering 50 to 70% off pavers and natural stone. Your dream landscape is just one stop away. Hurry in and save big, only at drumlandscapesupply.com.
Caring for a sick child or aging parent? Visit equityhealthcares.com. They bring expert, personalized care wherever you need it. In office, virtually, or at your home. Equity Health Primary Care for healthcare that fits your life. Visit equityhealthcares.com.
Hey folks, you know Randy Marion is the king of price when it comes to buying a new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle. But how about king of price when it comes to the service department? Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville, Randy Marion Ford Lincoln in Statesville has you covered on tires, brakes, batteries, wipers, you name it. Any service you need on your vehicle, regardless of the make or model, come see Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville Service Department or Randy Marion Ford Lincoln Service Department today.
A good soul isn't hard to find, especially if you're listening to WSIC on Tuesdays at 4.
Hello, and welcome to The Good Soul.
The Good Soul, hosted by Patty Alvarez, features real-world conversations that leave you feeling happy and rejuvenated.
Nothing but the best talk.
The area's best talk.
WSIC.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Investors look past weak consumer confidence and labor data, sending stocks a little higher again yesterday. Right now, market futures are mixed. Your dollar may be stretching a little further these days. Primerica's latest household budget index increased the purchase power of middle-income households. The average for essentials hit 99.6% in March, thanks to declining gas prices and auto insurance rates. Game over for hundreds of workers at Electronic Arts. The video game company cut between 300 and 400 positions and canceled a few projects, including an extraction shooter game set in the Titanfall universe. And China says it still wants American movies in its theaters despite trade tensions. Disney just got approval from Beijing on 3 upcoming projects, including the new live-action Lilo and Stitch. Marvel's Thunderbolts opens there today. Universal got the green light on several films, including the new How to Train Your Dragon. Warner Brothers and Paramount are still waiting on their release confirmations. Monica Ricks, Bloomberg Radio.
The best talk all day long.
WSIC.
Local starts here. They're back. More of Justin, Bill, and Mamie now. It's Good Morning LKN from WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 8:34. Happy Wednesday to you. Joined by someone else who wants to see you live your best life. Michelle Schmerge joins us. How are you?
Good morning. Great. Thank you.
EquityHealthCares.com. Is it easy to say you care about people?
I think so. I really do. I think I care a lot about kind of the clinician experience too, like what it's like to be a provider, especially going into homes. It can be kind of scary at times and not knowing what you're getting into, but I find it's incredibly rewarding.
Your company, Equity Health. Share for those who maybe don't know about Equity Health. What are the services that you and your team provide?
Sure. Yes. We provide mostly home-based primary care. So we go out into patients' homes all over the area, actually. So we see patients all the way to Lincolnton. We've just started opening Mooresville. I see patients in Huntersville, Denver, all kind of the lake area. We're pretty well covered.
And so now you've added Mooresville. Is it all the services that they can get anywhere that they can also get in Mooresville now? Or?
So in Mooresville, we do mostly in-home primary care. We have a bricks and mortar clinic in Denver that you can come to. Kelly's our provider there. And Amy's our provider in Mooresville. So we have a lot of kind of connectivity, but if you wanted to be seen in a clinic, you'd have to come to the Denver location.
So in-house concierge level care.
It's amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is, I don't even have to, technically, should the person have to shower before they see you?
No,
Or is that
no,
they can
that's
just be in
often
their
no.
pajamas?
Yep, often
That's
in
often
their
how it
pajamas,
goes.
still
Yeah.
in bed.
What's that like when you go into somebody's house and you're providing care right there in their? That seems even more intimate than hey, strip down in the wait, in the medical procedure room, right? That seems pretty intimate setting to go to someone's home.
It sure is, yeah, and you learn a lot. So you learn a lot about a patient in their home. You learn a lot about their care needs. So, honestly, heartbreakingly, sometimes we go in and when patients tell you that they have enough to eat or that they can afford their medication, you'll get in and realize they're not. They're kind of rationing medication and taking them every other day, or they don't have enough to eat in the home. They don't have somebody who can go get them groceries. So homebound seniors are, it's a huge issue in our community and really not a lot of resources.
Do you see that I don't want to say getting worse. I don't like that. But as far as the numbers increasing on that, do you think?
Absolutely. I think for sure over the next decade, we're just going to see that grow and grow and grow.
Well, those baby boomers, that was such, they're at that aging population now. So is that who you're generally taking care of? Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes even older. So usually my average age patient's around 91, but we see patients as young as, I honestly have one today in his 20s. So
Bless him, 91 years old. I couldn't imagine I'm going to be old and crotchety. People are going to have to just carry me around.
But what a gift for you to come out to them and not have for them to, because sometimes with, an older person, a grandparent or something, just getting them in the car is an ordeal. Just getting them dressed to go out to the doctor is an ordeal. My dad makes the joke, if he didn't have doctor's appointments, he wouldn't have any social life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's his.
Which is an important thing. So we do want to make sure that they have social contact and see people. We usually see people monthly. So we go and check on them. We can see them more frequently if there's an issue that arises. But, it's a huge burden, particularly on the caregiver, to have to get that person up and out and dressed, particularly if we're dealing with dementia or any of the neurodegenerative diseases, Parkinson's disease, things like that. So it's really tough to get patients into a clinic.
So for primary care, right, in-home primary care, is that they call you up and say, hey, I've got something, I want you to come out and see me, and it's like, you just kind of fill a slot and you pick a time, or do you regularly see patients?
We regularly see them. So we're kind of constantly checking in. We have a nurse in between our monthly visits who calls and checks in on everyone, make sure everything's okay, make sure we have all the medications we need for medication refills. We do a lot of virtual visits too, so we can see you really within sometimes minutes.
It seems like so continuous care more than just one-off. That seems like a conversation, at least from what we hear from the healthcare space, becoming more and more of a rarity, right? That true coming in and taking care, true health care, if you would, seems to be rare.
It's the whole mission of the organization. We are trying to improve the care of homebound seniors while also improving the clinician experience. So how do we get to feel great about our work again and feel some ownership and autonomy?
It's not magic. It takes a team to do it. Let's talk about the team a little bit. So how many people do you have, and how does it really work? Because I imagine Michelle Schmerge, while you're great at getting everywhere you can be, but there's only so much time in the day. So talk to us about your team.
Yeah, we have a growing team, which is pretty exciting. So we have 15 people. Currently, we are growing to 18 in the next couple of months.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so it's been really wonderful. Everybody's kind of getting word that we're really about the experience, particularly for clinicians as well as the patient. And so we have a lot of folks reaching out to us. But we have a pretty comprehensive care team. So we have nurses, social work, phlebotomists, nurse practitioners are the providers that go into the
Is the
homes.
phlebotomist the one who takes the blood?
Oh, yeah.
Special people.
He's got, we were talking earlier about that. He's got a problem with needles, but I bet they make it easy.
We
easy,
do,
easy.
and we try to use butterfly needles, which are pretty tiny, and
Okay.
So that it's.
I like
it's
tiny needles,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it
yeah.
sounds
You can
better.
handle it. You can handle it.
Yeah, we are told often that this is the best blood draw experience we've ever had, and we are in the home sometimes, so we let you lay down, and
Do you guys internally, do you promote the concept and culture of like really getting to know the patient and having a relationship with them, or are they just a name on the clipboard?
No. We and honestly, we become family members. So one of the harder things that we do is sometimes those family members to us kind of pass away, and they and then we're dealing with kind of the grief of their loved ones and all of that. So it's important that we kind of take time, care for ourselves, and know that the work we're doing is incredibly impactful, but also sometimes hurts your soul. You know, you want to make everybody better, and sometimes that's not the case. So sometimes we're just there to ease suffering and help in those last days.
And you guys, when you come in, and again, it's in-home care for most of the time, although you do have the clinic there in Denver, but to come into the home, there could be some moments from time to time where, hey, we got to go somewhere else too now. We have to get you out of the house and take you. So do you guys do that where you refer out, like if somebody needs that extra level that you guys don't offer?
Sure, we do, and we also have kind of a network of people who still go to the home too. So wound care we can get people who go out to the home. We do a lot of home health referrals. When needed, we consult palliative care and hospice. It's, we get anybody, we try to get everybody into the home so that we ease the burden of taking patients out of their home. But sometimes you just have to get somebody in with a specialist or have a second opinion or something like that. And so we coordinate all that.
Is this like, and this is for me not knowing what I don't know, is this like a in between? Because you mentioned like 91 years old again, like I don't know what I'm gonna look like at 91, but not necessarily a hospice yet. So this almost seems like an in between of end of life, but not, again, they can live forever. I'm trying to be sensitive about it. But that offering of very specialized care at a season of life where I don't want to say the person's forgotten, but there's got to be a level of like feeling like you're alone almost for some of these folks.
Yeah, we also get the feedback from our patients that they feel like they've been forgotten by their 40-year-long relationship with their primary care provider. So they, there comes a time when we start kind of deprescribing and stopping medications and really promoting comfort and quality of life over extending the years of your life. And at that point, we really don't do anything major preventatively anymore. We stop colonoscopies, we stop mammograms, all those kind of things. But we do want to make sure that patients are having the best possible life every day. And so that's what really we're focused on.
Y'all do home colonoscopies? Is
You
that a thing?
can do Cologuards, so you can do.
You could. You definitely could. This also probably allows people to stay in their home longer too.
Totally.
And so not have to move to an assisted living or a nursing home care
Exactly.
because you have somebody coming, calling and checking on you and coming by to visit you.
Exactly right. Yeah. And we also have a network of we have a network of kind of informal caregivers, personal care services, what I was looking for, who come into the home. So we try to even get you the care that you may need in your own home.
We're talking with Michelle Schmerge of Equity Health, equityhealthcares.com. So serving Mooresville now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So are you a frequenter of Mooresville? Do you know Mooresville really well?
We do.
You love Mooresville.
We sure do love Mooresville.
Okay. What's your favorite place to visit in Mooresville? Let me just kind of throw out something random. Let's get to know Michelle Schmerge.
Nordstrom Rack.
No.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. We're lucky we got one here now.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
Yeah.
go
I
to
also
South-
love Five Guys. So good burger.
There you go. You mentioned the prescriptions and things like that. So as part of that kind of in-home care, you guys have that ability to assist with the prescriptions and other types of things. What are kind of a range of services when we talk about in-home care that you guys can directly offer in those moments for folks?
We can do everything you can get in a primary care clinic. So we do on-the-spot testing, whether that be for flu, strep throat, COVID, all those kind of things in your home. We can do urinalysis. We do blood work in the home. We can order chest X-rays, ultrasounds, all of that into the home. We can do pretty much everything you can think of. We have an e-prescribing platform that allows us to prescribe your medicines to your favorite pharmacy. We also try to partner with pharmacies that do home deliveries so that patients don't have to get out or get somebody to go pick up their medications, things like that.
True quality healthcare, it sounds like, right there in the home. Check them out, equityhealthcares.com. Michelle, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Mooresville, you've got great service now, too.
Yeah.
it right here. Justin, Bill, and Mamie will be right back with more Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, the warm weather locking in for the next couple of days and a bit humid, too. Temperatures this afternoon climb up into the upper 80s around Lake Norman, while most of us will stay dry. An isolated shower or a quick downpour somewhere across the area isn't totally out of the question. Dropping back into the low to mid 60s overnight, still warm. Not much rain to talk about for your Thursday either. High temperatures are back in the mid 80s. That rain chance goes up a tad by Friday and the start of the weekend. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The Langtree Live season opener is Thursday, May 1st. Area band Hey Ladies brings the best music from the new wave to life. The show will begin at 7 p.m. as this free concert series in Mooresville kicks off its 10th season. Bring your chairs and your friends for the season premiere of Langtree Live on Thursday. Join Eastwood Homes for the grand opening of Peyton's Creek in Statesville on Laurel Cove Road, May 3rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Discover stunning 1 to 2 acre home sites, explore Eastwood's Build on Your Lot program, and enjoy tasty food, sweet treats, music, games, and family fun. May 3rd, don't miss this exciting community celebration. The 500 Club in Statesville presents live music on Saturday night with a performance by Blackwater Revival. Come early in the day and enjoy the club's Kentucky Derby watch party. Golfing, happy hour, and entertainment are yours for the taking at the 500 Club in Statesville this weekend. Peninsula Community Foundation is holding a volunteer fair on Thursday, May 8th. Join us at Bethel Presbyterian Church in Cornelius from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. as over 20 nonprofits offer volunteer opportunities for all ages. Learn about volunteering in your community at the Volunteer Fair, Thursday, May 8th at Bethel Presbyterian Church in Cornelius. NASCAR's traditional Memorial Day weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway is back. Friday, May 23rd offers up a doubleheader with both the Truck and ARCA Series in action. Saturday, May 24th, the Xfinity Series takes center stage with the Bet MGM 300. Sunday, May 25th is the 66th running of the Coca-Cola 600. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and more information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
They're back. More of Justin, Bill, and Mamie now. It's Good Morning LKN from WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 8:48. Happy Wednesday to you. Thanks again to Michelle Schmerge, Equity Health, equityhealthcares.com. I can confidently say Michelle cares.
She does
your
care.
health.
She's great. I love it whenever she comes in.
Absolutely. Serving Mooresville.
All
now
right.
as
Way to go,
well.
Mooresville. You guys don't know how lucky you are.
That's right. Absolutely. Michelle Schmerge, equityhealthcares.com. Also, check her out in Lake Norman Woman Magazine as well. Canes won last night. Did you catch any of the game, Patrick?
I
Browns?
caught none of the game last night.
Do you know who the Canes are?
Sure do. The former Hartford Whalers.
Oh.
How's that? Huh?
Oh, little Connecticut connection.
Yes. Watched the Whalers play many times, but they had to transfer them down here to Carolina for them to win a Stanley Cup. So, yes, go Canes.
Go Canes. They're a transplant just like you.
Just like me.
Sorry, yesterday, I don't know how I forgot to go over it. I don't remember what we were talking about yesterday.
We were tying bow ties yesterday.
Bow ties.
You're from that Connecticut, New England area.
Yes, that's me.
Supposedly the word on the street is, I don't know if it's true or not, possible serial killer going on up there. Have you heard about this?
No, have no knowledge of this.
So 10 bodies have been found less than 2 months, and someone started the rumor on the internet, but it might be true, don't know, that there's fears that it's a serial killer going on up there in the New England, Connecticut area.
Really? Well, New England's a big area. Can you narrow it down? Is it Connecticut or just different states?
Taunton, Massachusetts.
Okay.
You familiar? You know that place?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. They got
And
good food?
Bristol County.
Also in Massachusetts? Or
Doesn't say.
Okay.
And you know not to ask us about where states are.
Yeah, that's right. Geography.
Do you know Rocky Hill?
Connecticut?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You know that very well?
Well-ish. Well, I'm well adjacent, yeah.
Well, on
Rocky
Sunday,
Hill.
another body was found in the Connecticut River in Rocky
All
Hill.
right.
Do you know that river?
I had not heard. Yeah, I know the river. I hadn't heard all this.
Where were you on Sunday, Patrick?
He was doing one of 3 million events over the weekend.
Where do you think I was? I was working.
I was going to say, you've got a good alibi for the next few months, too. You've got so many events coming on.
Yeah, on stage videos. It's all over the internet.
Serial killers are a thing of the past, I feel like, right?
I don't feel like we get those anymore.
I don't think that's like a thing these days,
I don't think we have
is
to
it?
worry about those as much.
I haven't heard about a serial killer in many, many years.
Were you alive? I would imagine you're a little older than I am.
Slightly.
Not much.
A little bit.
Were you alive during some of those serial killer days, like back in the day?
Yeah, I do remember Son of Sam.
Who's that? Tell me about that one.
That was a New York City serial killer. They made a movie about it. It was called Summer of Sam was the title of the movie several years ago now. But it was in the 70s, and it was a New York City serial killer. Son of Sam. Jeffrey Dahmer, I remember when they caught him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember, discovered everything that they found inside his. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember these bad stories, but yeah, I remember them.
You're only allowed to watch PBS, so it doesn't matter if they happened when I was alive or not. I wasn't allowed to find out about them.
There was one in California. I can't remember. My mom told me about when she was a kid that it was near her neighborhood was where the people were getting kidnapped and killed and stuff like that. Thankfully my mom was fine, but there was people that was
That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah, I think maybe the invention of the technology with our phones, the internet. Just all of us, not even breaking crimes, but just our lives. It's tough to do anything without it being broadcast to a degree. So I think being a serial killer, just logic in them. They're crazy, but they do have some intelligence to them of their plans. And it's like they probably have thought, well, I better not do this because it's easy to get caught nowadays.
The technology for the win.
There you go. All right. Another piece of technology. YouTube turned 20.
Only 20.
20. YouTube's been around for 20 years. It just turned 20 last week. It launched in 2005. 3x PayPal guys bought by Google for $1.65 billion, and now it's a $400 billion beast. All right, now we're gonna play a game. What do you think the most watched video of all time is? This has been a question here that we've answered before, but much like word of the day, I'm sure it's left your
Charlie
brain.
bit your finger.
Nope, that's not it.
It does have. Is there a cat in it?
No.
No, it's not a cat.
Double
video.
rainbow guy.
No. Any other guesses?
Radio
What's the song? Gangnam Style.
Ah, close. It is a song. It is the Baby Shark song.
Oh!
Number 1 viewed video on YouTube. 15.8 billion.
Wow.
The rest of them on the list, the top 5, most of them are kids songs. They're all music though. Number 2, Despacito.
Despacito.
Big fan of that song.
I know that song.
Justin Bieber. You should.
No,
Had
I don't.
8.7 billion views. You probably watched it at one point. And then the other ones are Wheels on the Bus by Cocomelon, 7.4 billion. The Bath song by Cocomelon.
Yeah, that was just on repeat.
7.08 billion.
Is there a point where it's like the views don't even count anymore? Because it's just on repeat again.
It should. I don't know how they count their. I must just be multiple views by the same person. Because Johnny, Yes Papa by Lolo Kids, don't know what that is either. 7.04 billion. So, so those are the top 5 most watched. It's the iPad kids that are putting those numbers up.
Oh, definitely. The parents just handing the iPads to the kids.
Put that on repeat and go.
Go. Just let me sit in silence for however long these videos. 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, Baby Shark's been around for probably as long
Did
as
your kids get
YouTube
into
has been.
Baby Shark?
We've sang it a couple of times, but after all, they're like, okay, we're moving on. I definitely am not afraid to say
But all 4 of the top 5 were just kid songs. So it's all those iPad kids.
My next guess was going to be Call Me Maybe.
Ah, that's a good one.
That was
too.
one that was really
Is that T-Swift?
No, Carly Rae Jepsen.
That's a good song.
20,
went viral about 10 years ago. Yeah, went super viral.
Her last name is Jepsen?
Jepsen. Carly Rae Jepsen.
Jepsen?
Jepsen, something like that.
Okay.
Carly Rae.
She's popular with the kids.
She was for a quick minute there, a hot minute there. Yeah, it was actually, there was a lot of groups and just companies, people that put out their own version of Call Me Maybe, where they just sang it. It was one of those viral songs that made a big summer splash.
And Baby Shark is not only the most viewed, it's also the most disliked video on YouTube.
That's because the
parents
jingle
coming
gets,
over.
Quit playing this one.
Dislike, don't play it again.
Let's get that earworm going.
There you go.
You got an eclectic shirt going on here today. You got about 14 different cars on one T-shirt. Didn't know they made shirts like that. What you got going on there?
This is a T-shirt from, good, glad you asked, down memory lane. Can I get the harps, please? It's a reunion shirt from what's called the Southern New York Racing Association.
Mm.
It's old, doesn't exist anymore. It was Old Stock Car Racing Association. I grew up at, this was my home track, Danbury Race Arena in Connecticut, Saturday nights. This is how I fell in love with cars and racing. And the SNYRA would be the equivalent of what we'd call NASCAR. It would be, there we go. And it was a club. Actually, it was a club, and all the members that raced were part of the club, and it was the sanctioning body that just ran the show on Saturday night. The track got torn down in the early 80s. They built a mall on that property now, but these drivers still get together every year, every fall for a reunion. I was up there a few years ago, attended the reunion, got me a few T-shirts along the way.
Nice.
So I love my bright, crazy screen printing on my T-shirts, as you know. If you go race cars or superheroes, you probably got 3/4 of my closet right there.
Speaking of race cars, NASCAR is back this weekend.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
I think we're in Fort Worth, Texas.
Is that a good track? You
No.
like the track?
No, it's horrible.
Is there a track you do
Which
like?
tracks
No.
do you like?
Okay, the tracks themselves actually are not the problem. The cars are the problem right now.
okay.
We have a bad car.
And the rules and,
And
the
the
drivers.
rules,
and
no,
the-
drivers are all right. I actually heard a rumor that Steve Phelps was being courted by the PGA as the director, maybe moving over to the PGA. I can't shove this guy out the door fast enough. I hope
Is
he
he the
goes
new
quick.
czar of NASCAR or something like that?
Yeah,
Commissioner?
he
Is that
had
the one
some
he got?
he had some title that he didn't deserve and shouldn't have. So I hope he moves on to the PGA quickly. Personally, where were we? Yeah, Fort Worth, Texas. Yeah. Oh, I had great times when I went to Fort Worth, Texas. That was
Yeah?
always a fun trip.
Seems hot. Is
Well-
Fort Worth hot? Or is it a part of Texas that's not hot?
No, all of Texas is hot, right?
Well, the dates moved a little bit. I remember going there April traditionally, and weather was very comfortable. Very
Try
nice.
going in August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only went when there was a race, so so it was April and November.
It's hot in Texas.
Is that a long track?
Mile and a half, same size as Charlotte.
So it's a super speedway?
By definition, yeah, super speedway.
I saw some
Mile
videos
and a
of
half.
Talladega
Yeah.
and how steep that ramp
30
incline. What is it? What do they
33
call it?
degrees.
That's crazy.
The pitch of the banking in the corners.
It's
Yeah,
called
30.
the banking pitch.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come up with the correct terms. Yeah.
The degree
You're doing
of
great, by the way.
degree
The
of bank-
road.
Yes.
Yeah.
The road curves.
Yeah,
Sharp.
The track. Yeah.
Deer ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
ever we take a road trip to Alabama, you walk in the corner. Let's see. You cannot literally really walk up.
No,
It's too
that's
steep.
what I saw. Was a guy trying to walk up the side of the track, and yeah, it was too steep. He couldn't do it.
Yeah, you can't do it. There's an old video from the 80s. Haha, get the harps out again in the 80s. Bristol, Tennessee. The track there, only half mile around, but it's 36 degrees of banking. And ESPN crew parked a car, old junk car, at the top of the banking. They used a crane, set it there. The TV commentators went up to the wall. Three human beings. They put one foot on the car and they pushed it, and it rolled down the banking. That's all it took to move an automobile down that banking. It's so deep.
That sounds like a good time.
Oh, it's a great time.
You know what was a great time?
The Home Ad Show.
Monday through Friday,
There you
9
go.
to 11, whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating. Even though Patrick doesn't like racing anymore. No, he loves racing.
I love racing.
You have an opportunity to win Coca-Cola 600
Yeah, yeah.
tickets on the Home Ad Show. You got a birthday, you got an anniversary, you call in. You got a friend who's got a birthday or anniversary. You've got a made-up pet that has a birthday or anniversary. You call in 844-STUDIO-4.
They would never make up a pet.
844-788-3464. That's the phone number you call if you want to hang out with Patrick 9 to 11, Monday through Friday, after Good Morning LKN each day. And then there's even more for you each day. We've got 35 hours of content every single week here at WSIC. Today being Wednesday, there's no exception to it. 11 to noon, you've got All Things Sane with former Representative Jason Sane. Noon to 3, you've got the Todd Starnes Show, national political conversation happening there. If you've got that addiction, get it itched with Todd Starnes, Monday through Friday, noon to 3. 3 p.m. today, you've got the good, the bad, and the guilty. Sheriff Darren Campbell and the crew letting you know what's going on with Iredell County and the surrounding areas. A lot of conversation right now at the State House about working with ICE if you are the Sheriff's Department and giving ICE a call if you detain somebody who is an illegal immigrant. And so certainly a lot of conversation happening there. We're so grateful for Sheriff Darren Campbell and the crew there up in Iredell County. Thank you to Harrison's for sponsoring the show. Appreciate them as well. Harrison's got some fun stuff coming up for you too as well. We'll share that with you later on in the week. And then 4 o'clock today, you've got Town Talk with Bill Russell, president of the Lake Norman Chamber of Commerce, talking about education. Real easy conversation to have these days too. Real lighthearted, not really a complicated scenario, not really too much to dive into, but it'll be a great show. There's no doubt. So want that education talk? You can catch it all on the WSIC News app, available on demand via iOS and Google Play. Have a great day, my kids.
Serving you better than ever before. 1059 100.7 WSIC.